There it is. You know the feeling? That blinding white page on the screen?
Or maybe a notebook, yeah.
Right. And then
Yeah.
that blinking cursor just like mocking you. Pulse, pulse, pulse.
Uh-huh. Total pressure cooker moment.
Exactly. Whether it's, a big work report or maybe an application or just a paper for class, it feels paralyzing sometimes. Like, where do I even start?
That feeling of being stuck.
Yeah. But what if we thought about it differently? What if that blank page isn't actually the enemy? What if it's more like an invitation?
An invitation. Interesting.
Well,
to what?
To discovery, maybe, to getting your thoughts clear and actually sharing something that connects with people.
Okay, I like that framing.
So, welcome to our deep dive on, writing a really compelling essay. Our mission today is pretty straightforward. We want to kind of demystify the whole thing.
Break it down.
Yeah, break it down. Go beyond maybe the usual advice and turn that feeling of anxiety into a really clear plan, step by step, from,
Yeah.
that mess of ideas
Mm.
to something polished and impactful, something that really resonates.
It's interesting because that dread you mentioned, that overwhelm, I think it often stems from a misunderstanding of what writing actually is.
How so?
Well, a lot of people, even people who write a lot, kind of treat it like this single huge task. Like you need a lightning bolt of inspiration or something.
I like waiting for the muse.
Exactly. But as we're going to explore here, good writing is really a process. It's structured, it has steps, and just knowing those steps, that can completely change the game. It makes it manageable,
Yeah.
maybe even enjoyable.
Okay, enjoyable might be pushing it for some folks.
Fair enough. But definitely manageable. It's where you get those little aha moments. You realize, oh, the ideas were there all along. I just needed a way to organize them, a framework.
Okay, so framework. Let's start at the beginning, staring at the page. What's step one?
Yeah.
The temptation is just to start writing sentences, right?
That's the instinct, yeah.
Yeah.
But hold on. Before you write a single word of the essay, you need
Yeah.
to, gather your materials. Go prospecting.
Prospecting, like for gold.
Kinda. Think of it like a detective on a new case. They don't write the report first.
No, they gather clues, talk to people.
Exactly. They soak it all up. No judgment yet. And that's what brainstorming is. Collecting raw ideas. It's meant to be messy, creative chaos. And the number one rule, no judgment, none.
No bad ideas at this stage.
Not at all. You're just accumulating potential. Now, that essay prompt you get, the question or the statement, that's not just a suggestion.
Oh, definitely not.
It's your treasure map. Or maybe like your contract with the reader. You have to actually answer that question. Read it carefully, then read it again, circle the keywords, analyze,
Eek.
compare, argue. What's the verb? What's the actual task?
That's huge. I've seen great writing fail just because it didn't answer the prompt.
Happens all the time. Understanding the contract is half the battle. So how do we start mining this intellectual goal?
Okay, yeah, let's get practical. I've got 3 techniques I really like, and I genuinely suggest you try these next time you're stuck. First one, mind map.
The visual approach.
Totally. Put your main topic, let's say AI's impact on creativity, in a bubble in the middle. Then just draw lines, spokes coming out for every single idea, question, keyword that pops in your head, algorithmic art, IP issues, human genius, job stuff, anything. Don't filter.
It helps you see connections you wouldn't otherwise.
Exactly. Like connecting the dots between stars. Second, free writing.
The sprinting?
Yeah, the sprint. Set a timer, maybe 10 minutes, and just write nonstop about the topic. Don't worry about grammar, spelling, making sense.
Just keep the pen moving or fingers typing.
Right. Even if you write, I don't know what to write, keep going. It bypasses that inner critic, that perfectionist voice, and you'd be amazed at the little nuggets, the insights that just bubble up.
Like finding a gem in the mud?
Perfect analogy. Okay, third one, question storming.
Ooh, I like this one.
Instead of trying to make statements, just ask questions. Only questions. Only questions about your topic. Why is this important? How did X influence Y? What contradicts this? What are the assumptions?
It automatically puts you in an analytical mindset, like an investigator.
Exactly. You're not solving it yet, just figuring out all the angles, all the questions you need to explore.
And that no judgment rule you mentioned, it's so critical here. Psychologically, trying to generate ideas and critique them at the same time, it just short-circuits your brain.
Too much load.
Way too much.
Yeah.
Separating creation from critique lets the ideas flow freely, like opening a faucet. And that beautiful mess you get from brainstorming, that's not junk.
It's the primordial soup.
Exactly. It's the raw material. Every random thought, every question could be a key piece later. It helps you find the real core of what you might want to argue.
Okay, but sometimes that soup can feel endless. How do you know when to stop brainstorming when you have enough gold?
That's a really good question. It's less about a number and more about saturation. You start seeing the same ideas pop up again, maybe phrased differently.
Okay, patterns merging.
Right. Or you feel like you've hit the main points, the obvious connections.
Hmm.
When the new ideas slow down to a trickle, that's usually a good sign. You're not aiming for perfection, just a solid base to build on.
Got it. So you've got your mess, your gold, your soup. But you can't just serve soup, right? You need a bowl. You need structure.
The blueprint.
Yes, the outline. And honestly, this might be the single most important step for avoiding writer's block down the road. It's your map.
It really is. It guides everything.
And the heart of that map, the absolute core, your thesis statement.
The soul of the paper.
Exactly. And this isn't just stating the topic or like a fact everyone agrees on. A thesis is sharp, it's specific, and crucially, it's debatable. It's an argument you're going to prove.
Big difference there.
Huge. Think about like social media changed society. Okay,
Yep.
duh, right? Who's going to argue with that? It's flat.
No tension.
None. But compare it to, while the internet has democratized communication, its reliance on algorithms has paradoxically created ideological echo chambers that fundamentally undermine critical thinking and democratic discourse.
Okay, that's an argument. It's specific, complex. You could argue against it.
Right. It gives you something to dig into, evidence to find, analysis to do. It's your North Star for the whole essay. Everything points back to it.
Absolutely. Your guiding light.
So once you have that star, you build the skeleton.
Well.
And the classic structure, it works for a reason.
It does. Provides clarity.
Starts with the introduction. You need a hook, right? Something to grab the reader. Maybe a surprising stat, a quick story, a question.
Reel 'em in.
Then, just enough background context so they know what you're talking about. And boom, end the intro with that powerful thesis statement. Lay your cards on the table.
Clear promise to the reader.
Then come the body paragraphs, the meat of the essay, and the key. Each paragraph tackles one main idea. Just one. That supports the overall thesis.
Focus is crucial.
Totally. Start each body paragraph with a clear topic sentence. Think of it like a mini thesis for that paragraph. It makes its own little argument. Then you bring in your evidence. Quotes, stats, examples, facts, whatever backs up that mini argument. But, and this is where people often stop short, you can't just drop the evidence and run.
The quote and run problem.
Exactly. You have to analyze it, explain why it matters, how it connects to your topic sentence, how it helps prove your main thesis. It's the so what for that piece of evidence.
Connecting the dots for the reader.
Yes.
Explaining the significance.
Yes. And finally, the conclusion. Don't just repeat yourself. Restate your thesis, sure, but maybe in a fresh way, reflecting what you've shown.
Synthesize.
And then the big so what.
Hmm.
Why does any of this matter? What are the broader implications? What should the reader take away? Maybe leave them with a final thought or even a question to ponder.
That elevates it beyond just a summary. Leaves a lasting impression. Creating that outline. It's like making a promise to your reader. It shows you've thought it through. It's logical. You're guiding them. Builds credibility right away.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And the act of outlining itself, it forces you to think critically, to see the connections. How does this point build on that one? Does this really support the thesis? It's fundamental organizational thinking.
Not just for essays.
Oh, absolutely not. Business proposals, presentations, even just explaining something complicated to a friend. That structure, that clarity, it's essential everywhere.
Okay. Materials gathered, blueprint drawn. Now we build. The drafting stage. Getting words on the page.
The moment of truth for many.
And I have one, absolutely critical piece of advice here. It feels wrong, but trust me, turn off editor.
Mute that critic.
Seriously. Flip the switch off, silence that voice whispering, this isn't good enough.
Because the first draft, it's often called the discovery draft, right?
Exactly. Its only job is to get the ideas from your outline onto the page, in sentences. That's it. It will be clumsy, it'll be awkward, maybe boring in places, and that is totally 100% heck.
Expected, even.
Absolutely expected. Perfectionism at this stage, it's the enemy. It kills momentum. If you stop every 2 seconds to fix a comma or find the perfect word,
you'll never finish.
Never. The goal is just forward motion. Follow your outline. Get the arguments down. Get the evidence in. Explain your analysis. Don't sweat the small stuff yet. If you're stuck on a word, type insert better word here and keep going.
Love that tip. Just keep moving.
Because you can't edit a blank page, right? So giving yourself permission to write that messy, imperfect first draft, that's where the magic actually starts. You have something real to work with now.
Like the sculptor finally getting that rough block of marble chipped away. It's not the statue yet, but it's something.
Precisely.
And turning off that inner editor, there's a real psychological benefit. Again, it's about cognitive load. Trying to create and perfect simultaneously. It's just inefficient. It causes friction, leads to block.
Makes sense.
Separating them lets the ideas flow. It's like, well, any creative process. You don't expect a musician to compose a perfect symphony first try. They draft, they sketch, they refine. Exactly. That discovery draft is like a prototype in engineering or a sketch in art. Get the basic form down, then make it better. Progress over perfection, especially at the start.
Okay, so you powered through. You ignored the inner critic. You have a draft. It might look a bit rough.
Like that block of marble.
Exactly. But the statue's in there somewhere. Now comes the editing and revising. And this isn't just one quick read-through. It's multiple passes, each with a different focus.
Different lenses for different tasks.
Right. First pass, be the sculptor. Big picture time. Read the whole thing through. Don't fix commas yet. Focus on flow. Logic. Does the argument actually track? Does every single paragraph support the thesis? Are things in the right order?
Checking the structural integrity.
Yes. And don't be afraid to move whole paragraphs around, cut sections that don't fit. You're shaping the overall form, making sure it's solid and compelling.
Getting the bones right.
Then, second pass, be the jeweler, line by line, precision work. And here's the non-negotiable tip.
Let me guess. Read it aloud.
You got it. Read it aloud. Every word. Your ears catch things, your eyes just skip over. Awkward phrasing, clunky sentences, repetition.
It sounds different than it looks.
Totally. As you read aloud, ask, is this clear? Concise. Can I use the stronger verb here? Does every sentence need to be here? This is where you sharpen, cut, polish. Make every word count.
And making it gleam.
Exactly. Final pass. Be the proofreader. Last line of defense. Typos, grammar errors, weird formatting. The little mistakes that can really undercut your credibility.
The tiny details matter.
They do. And a great trick here. Change the font. Or, seriously, read it backward. Sentence by sentence, from end to beginning. It forces your brain to see the words individually, not just skim familiar patterns. You'll catch stuff you missed 10 times before.
Tricks the brain into paying attention differently.
It really works. This final polish ensures your brilliant ideas shine through with the professionalism they deserve.
And the value of doing it in these passes, it's huge. You can't effectively look for structural issues, sentence style, and typos all at the same time. Your brain just isn't wired for that.
Right, you need different modes.
Exactly. It's like any craft. You have different stages, different tools for shaping, refining, finishing, and that final polish. It's not just about fixing errors. It's about respect for the reader.
Yeah.
It shows you care about clarity. It makes your ideas land with much more impact.
Transforms it from just okay to really strong.
Absolutely. It affects perception and effectiveness.
Wow. Okay, so that's quite the journey we've mapped out. From that creative chaos of brainstorming
Finding the goal,
to the logical blueprint of the outline,
giving it structure,
then that focused sprint of drafting,
getting it down,
and finally, the meticulous craft of editing and polishing.
making it shine.
You've really taken that intimidating blank page and turned it into something powerful. And I think the big takeaway here, the core message is, well, writing a killer essay, it isn't some magic trick.
Not about innate genius.
Not at all. It's a process. It's a skill. And like any skill, it can be learned. It can be practiced. Anyone can get better at it.
Absolutely. It's learnable.
So next time you're facing that blinking cursor, remember this deep dive. Don't see it as a threat. See it as, well, the starting line. Your starting line for discovery, for clarity, for really expressing yourself.
And connecting this to the bigger picture, mastering this whole process, it goes way beyond essays.
Yeah.
Definitely. It's a fundamental skill for just organizing your thoughts, making a strong case, communicating clearly in almost any part of life, work emails, presentations, explaining complex stuff,
The same principles apply.
brainstorming, outlining, drafting, editing, maybe less formally. But yeah, the core logic is there. It's about clear, structured communication.
So a final thought for everyone listening.
Yeah, maybe think about this. How can you take these same steps, gather, structure, draft, refine, and apply them anytime you need to understand or present complex information?
Because once you see writing, or even just thinking, as this kind of process, that blank page, whatever form it takes, it really does become an opportunity, not an obstacle.